What's up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. Just did this workout coming from work. Work was like super long today, man. So, getting into the workout, this is a high volume dip workout. So, it's kind of like I'm doing 3 sets in total, but each set kind of has 3 sections. So, like in the first set, I'll do as many reps as I can. I'll rest 1 minute, do as many reps as I can, rest another minute, do as many reps as I can. And then moving on to from the first set to the second set, I'm supposed to rest about 4 minutes. And then, do this all the way until you get to 3 sets. And then you can kind of like add up the entire amount of sets that you did throughout the entire workout. I'll put up like a graphic on screen. In total, I did about 108 dips, going from the first set all the way to the third set. This workout was pretty short, sweet to the point. I was pretty tired from work, so I'm just like, let me do something that's simple. I was going to do in the same style, of this type of workout with push-ups after the dips, but it's like the dips really took everything out of me. So I couldn't even perform like 10 push-ups. I was only able to perform like 7 push-ups or something like that. So if I were to try to do the whole thing, I would have been doing like 0 push-ups by the time I reached like the third half or the third part of set one. This is pretty fun though. With my form, this isn't my usual dip form. I usually go down a lot lower than this. So I went down to about 90 degrees here. Definitely got a good pump in my chest and my triceps. Mostly my chest. My chest was like just freaking getting engorged with blood. It was very nice, like, training hard, just trying to do like, high volume, a bunch of reps. Made me feel like a anime character just doing like hundreds and hundreds of like push-ups or whatever. No type of shoulder pain, surprisingly, or no type of, elbow pain or anything like that. When I tried to do the pull-ups the other day where I did 100 pull-ups, I did get a bit of like irritation in my elbow. So I had to end up doing neutral grip. But this time with the dips, nothing wrong with my shoulder, nothing wrong with like my sternum or my elbows. No type of tweaking in my triceps. Everything seemed fine here. And everything felt good in general. With this like style of, I guess, workout or whatever, with the whole like template that I just showed earlier, you don't have to do this with just dips. You can do this with pull-ups, push-ups, maybe even sit-ups, possibly squats, just anything in general. I got the idea from a video I saw about maybe a year ago, or probably less than a year ago, where this guy was doing like this high volume pull-up workout. And he showed the template and everything. He went through the whole thing. I thought it was pretty interesting, so I tried it myself, and then I applied it to a bunch of other movements. I've done this before in the past with pull-ups. I've done this before in the past with dips as well, and I've done this before with push-ups. And it's very interesting to see the rep count. It's very interesting to see, like, okay, yeah, from the last time I did this, my pull-ups have improved. Even the last time I did this, when I did this with dips, I don't think I got to anything close to 100. I think maybe I got to 80, around 80 or so. I don't have the little sheet with me or anything. And with push-ups, I remember I went from about 100 or so push-ups to over 200. And with pull-ups would always be the lower one, since pull-ups, are more of the harder movement. And I think when I first did it, I was maybe at around 40 or so pull-ups. And then maybe the third time I did this, I was now able to get to about 60 to 70 pull-ups in total. So, in general, this is kind of like just kind of like a way to test yourself. If you want to do this, if this is something you want to do with, whatever movement you just kind of want to do more of, maybe do this once a week or once every other week just to kind of track your progress. But I would say still stay consistent with like a more, I guess, regular type of training program. But this is pretty fun. If you want to have fun, this is one way to do it. When it comes to my training, I don't try and be incredibly strict with making sure I train the same way every day or whatever. I just make sure like I'm still trying to train the certain muscles on this day because this is a pushing day. So I did dips, and dips is a pushing movement. It'd be crazy if I was like, you know what, I don't feel like doing dips. I'm just gonna do pull-ups or something like that, right? That would mess up things in general when it comes to how I balance, how I train every muscle group and whatnot throughout the week. So instead of doing my usual pushing routine, I did this, right? Same thing when I did my 100 pull ups. Instead of doing my usual pull up routine, I did 100 pull ups. And I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just like, every once in a while, every here and there, it's fine to just kind of, be a little sporadic and just like, you know what, I'm gonna do like 25 down push-ups, or I'm gonna do this high volume dip workout, or I'm gonna try and get to 200 pull-ups in total or whatever, even if it takes me like 5 hours, right? So, again, it's about having fun in general when you're training. It's about trying to, of course, find some type of balance, because sometimes I find that like just even if I have a program to stick to, I'll get bored of it because it's like I'm doing, of course, the same couple of things every time. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because I know what I'm doing is effective. I know what I'm doing is going to benefit me greatly. So it's not like I'm going to completely abandon a program or anything like that I've built just because I'm starting to get bored. But I just try and like switch things up here and there just to kind of have more fun if I find myself just kind of again getting bored. But after doing the little type of different types of exercises and whatnot, or different styles of working out, going back to my program, I can go back to it and hit it like with full force like I was able to before. Just because switching things out here and there allowed my exercises to not become so stale. And that's about all I have to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me screaming at the camera and making funny faces whilst I was doing these dips. I had a pretty good time and a long day today, so hopefully you guys are doing well, and see you guys tomorrow.